Hey, y'all, what's up? It is me, Chef Duke of J Foods. As I'm sure you all already know, I specialize in all of your culinary and food service needs. I'm here with my third and fourth period class. They just made 7 Up cupcakes. We tried this recipe last week and it didn't come out the best, so I decided to revisit it and do it for them basically, or show them how I would do it at the house if I were to cook. I let them do it last week and they really was some slaw for various reasons. But at any rate, this is their cupcake. I don't know if y'all can see that. It looks good. It's glazed with a lemon glaze. And this particular cupcake that we did with this class is gluten free. So that's an advantage. I have a student this school year, Miss Reagan. Say hey. Reagan has celiac disease. One of the things that we address in my class are eating trends and food habits, dietary concerns, and things of that nature, because working in food service, you have to be familiar with those things. And when she decided to take my course on last year, I taught her nutrition. So last year we had discussions throughout the school year about things that she's doing to change and adapt to her new way of eating since she's been diagnosed with celiac. So we bounced some ideas off of each other. I don't have celiac disease, so I like all my gluten. However, I do realize that cooking with and for her, I have to handle things differently. And because of that reason, we've updated some of my recipes and some of the recipes that we cook in the classroom setting to be gluten-free so that she can participate and gain the same knowledge as the other kids. Now, they've already eaten their cupcakes and they sitting around here being fat asses and chilling. I have not tasted their cupcakes, and that is something that I oftentimes don't do. I don't really like to eat when the students cook because they be looking at me for my opinion, and I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings because sometimes my face says everything that my mouth don't. So if I'm going to taste their food, usually I taste it when they're not here. However, I made this cupcake, and she's like, Chef, I want you to try my gluten-free cupcake. Just try it. Now, the overall population of the class has been okay with the gluten-free cupcake. I had a bunch of them say, well, we can't tell the difference. What makes this cupcake gluten-free? I'm glad you asked. We use gluten-free all-purpose flour, meaning there's no gluten in any of this. There's no baking powder, no none of that. Now, typically, what that is? What y'all listening to?
I'm listening to Pop Smoke.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so gluten-free flour is made with rice. I didn't know that. See, there you go. The package say gluten-free all-purpose flour, so that's what I bought because that's what she uses. Now, the recipe initially calls for cake flour. Cake flour is ground a little finer. It's a little more powdery than regular all-purpose flour. However, I couldn't find gluten-free cake flour, so we use just regular gluten-free all-purpose flour, and we going with it. So without further ado, because she's really sitting here on pins and needles, like next to my desk, wanting to know how her cupcake tastes. Now, mind you, she didn't bake this cupcake, y'all. I made this cupcake. She helped. She did help. However, she just wants to see if her gluten-free cupcake is comparison to a regular. So if she doesn't mind, she's going to hold my phone just like that. I got my front camera on, so you ain't got that. And I'm going to try her gluten-free cupcake. Now, the rest of these jokers in already ate, and I'm a teacher. We're going to start a new topic tomorrow. It made no sense to start something new. So they in chill mode today. We're on an abbreviated class schedule. Anyway, the frosting, I can tell you, it looks like it's decent. The crust on the outside of the cake is comparable to the regular cake recipe. The regular, like not gluten, the one with gluten. The texture looks about the same. It looks really moist, really fluffy. I was concerned that it was going to be a little dense. I'm not seeing that with the bacon. Okay. Texture-wise, I'm not noticing any difference. No difference in texture. It tastes like lemon. It has 7-Up in it and lemon. I actually would like a little more lemon. That's the only criticism I have. Y'all, now, Jordan, you said that the one that we did today was better than the one we did last week, right? How many of y'all feel that the one today that I did for y'all was better than the one last week?
I didn't taste it.
Huh?
I didn't taste it.
You ain't taste last week? You ain't come back and get your slice? All right, how do you feel about this one? It was good?
I like the one last time. I liked this one. The last one was like super lemony. This one was more balanced.
Well, I reduced your lemon flavor. Great observation. However, I don't think there's enough lemon in this. Like, if I were to eat it without the icing, I wouldn't be able to tell if this is lemon or vanilla. So this, for me, needs a little more lemon. For me, for it to be identified as a lemon cake, it needs more lemon. However, your texture is good, your flavor is good, which is ultimately what you're looking for. Anybody who eats it wouldn't know the difference, no way. They'd be like, okay, this tastes like cake. The crust on the outside is banging. That's what you want when you make a good pound cake. Again, that piece has some icing on it, I'm getting lemon. The other rest of it that don't have icing is just cake. That's not a misstep of y'all's. I should have went there. When we did it in class, I added 2 lemons. This time I did 1. Because one of the major observations is, it's really lemony. That's really what everybody thinks they're food critic when we cook. Everybody got an opinion. And their opinions really don't matter, but whatever. I don't have any objection. I don't think anything's wrong with it. So that's 2 recipes that we've done that are gluten-free. We did chocolate chip cookies that are gluten-free. And now we've done this gluten-free 7-Up cake. Now, the chocolate chip cookies were amazing as well. I actually played a trick on some of the teachers. I gave them gluten-free cookies and didn't tell them they were gluten-free cookies. Oh my God, them cookies were amazing. Your students are doing such great work. Oh my God, chef, they need to give you a raise. Oh my God, they're wonderful. And next time y'all sell it, let me know. I'm gonna buy 5 or 6 or 7 bags. And oh, well, I'm glad you liked our gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. What? They were gluten-free. A lot of them were shocked and surprised. They couldn't tell the difference between the regular and the gluten-free, which is an accomplishment. So one of the things about having this dietary restriction is you want to make sure that you're not lacking in texture or in flavor. Now, the flavor I can help you with, the texture I can't. So to be able to find adequate substitutions, I'm concerned, like, I'm looking forward to us doing pasta and doing an actual cake recipe with your gluten-free cake flour, because this recipe used a different type of flour. So just substituting the regular flour for the other regular flour worked out well. I'm interested to see how a cupcake is going to work, especially because those cakes tend to have more moisture. But this is really moist. It's really fluffy. It's really airy. Y'all make me feel like I know what I'm doing. It's always fun. I hate cooking for students because they can be extra critical of me. Turn the camera a little bit. There you go. I hate cooking for students because students can be extra critical. However, it's always fun because I get to throw my weight around and show them I know what I'm talking about. That I'm not just giving them instruction just to give it. You know, when I walked them through this recipe and they did it, they were walking like that. I know what I'm talking about. Theirs didn't come out right. I do it for them. And half the time, mind you, their cake was in the oven before the bell rang for first period. To start fourth period. They dragged their feet and stuff. Their cookies took forever. Their cake. I keep saying cookies. Their cakes took forever to get into the oven. It took forever to bake. I got their cake baked, and they've eaten them, and we chilling. So I'm proud. We can count this a win. We're gonna take the W on this one. She's shaking her head. Yeah, that's why my camera bouncing. A win on the 7-Up cake. Black folk eat this at funerals. Somebody died. You get cake and fried chicken. Any of y'all been to a black person funeral? Been to a black? We know you've been to everything. A repast, fried chicken and cake. That's what you usually get. In New Orleans, you get red beans and rice too. Red beans, fried chicken, and cake. This is like funeral cake right here. This is that after church on Sunday morning type cake. It's really good. I can't tell the difference. So good job. So now you can bring this home and cook it for your mama and your brother. Well, not your brother because he died dead. He's got a lot of shit. I'm happy. I know all about this little girl family, something about her family and stuff. But anyway, that's it. I just wanted to give y'all my synopsis of what we did in class today. And that's a wrap. So thank y'all. Bye.